Yo, yo, yo. Welcome back to another episode of Shy Bulls Podcast. Hey, the Chicago Bulls snapped the Brooklyn Nets 12-game winning streak last night. But hey, and our young guys, Dosunmu and Patrick Williams received some praise from Kevin Durant. When will the Bulls realize what needs to be done to start winning games? Y'all know we got to talk about it. China, I got to hit this music first.
Cognac, gang.
Shy Boys Podcast with the Cognac Boys. I'm Cognac Boy Bobby, and I'm holding down on another episode for me and my co-host C-Dub. If you're joining us today, ensure that you hit that like button and that subscribe button with the notification bell as well, if you like what you're listening to today. But all right, y'all. Last night, the Chicago Bulls snapped the 12-game winning streak of the Brooklyn Nets with a victory, 121-112 over those Brooklyn Nets. Kevin Durant dropped a 44-piece fried hard with lemon pepper, but it didn't matter. So all that matters is that these guys pulled out a dub and are now 8-1 against the Celtics, the Bucks, the Heat, and the Nets. 8-1. But golly, when would the Bulls realize that the way that they play against the top team is the same way they need to play against the lower teams? I don't know. Oh, real. But it is what it is. First and foremost, just a solid performance from start to finish from the Chicago Bulls. Well engaged into this game. They were doing their thing. They held it down as a team. They shot 53% from the field, 40% from the three-point line, 93% from the free throw line, and giving you 46 rebounds total, and only limiting the Brooklyn Nets to 5 offensive rebounds after for the last 2 weeks it seemed like that they've been giving up at least at a minimum. Every time you look at the box score, 15 rebounds or more offensively. The numbers be crazy whenever you look at these box scores. And shout out to them for sharing the ball, 21 assists. And then they got stuck some defense with 7 steals and, 52 points in the paint. So overall, good performance from our guys. And that performance, I believe, was led by the young guys, Patrick Williams and Dosunmu. The performance was so good, they received some praise from one of the NBA's best players in Kevin Durant. And that's something that can't go unnoticed. My man, he gave Patrick Williams some love by saying he hit big shots and saying that Dosunmu has been playing great this season. So shout out to KD for being a hooper and showing love over there to the young guys, the up-and-coming players in his league, because you know what I'm saying, as somebody that's been in the league and won an MVP and won some championships, you know what I'm saying, game recognized game. So shout out to Dosunmu and Patrick Williams. Patrick Williams, though, I got to talk about him, man. My guy really showed out yesterday after blowing. Look, my man's got a lot of smoke after that Cleveland game because he missed the assignment to box out Donovan Mitchell. You know what I'm saying? If he boxes out Donovan Mitchell, I believe the Bulls would have had a greater chance of finishing that game. In my mind, that game would have been finished if he boxes out and they secured a rebound. You know what I'm saying? And it was a great way to see him bounce back by dropping 22 points. You know what I'm saying? He did have 22 along DeMar DeRozan, but I feel like he led the charge. He came out hot. He maintained the heat. And then he was, he closed out a game with 22 points. 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. And that was just good. 75% from the field last night. So that was good. That was good to see. And then Ayo coming in, contributed, giving you 17.7 rebound, 1 assist, 2 steals, 1 block. A nasty block on Kevin Durant that was vicious. C-Dub said it was violent, so we're going to use violent. I love it. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And, DeMar did what he did, so overall, it was good, but I would like to dive into the performance of Zach LaVine just a little bit more. A lot of people are gonna look at the box score and be like, well, he only had 13 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 blocks. But at the end of the day, if you eliminate the numbers for a second, you actually look at the game that was played. Zach LaVine was very effective in a lot of areas. He pushed the pace. He got guys, he penetrated and drove to the basket, and he trusted his teammates. Ayo Dosunmu, Patrick Williams, things like that. Kobe White, players like that. And he even has, some plays to where he was able to make on the defensive end. Wasn't the as best or as great as we seen Zach LaVine defensively, but it was solid at the very least. You know what I'm saying? So you got to get kudos to that. And, a lot of Bulls fans, we expect Zach LaVine to fill up the box score. But I say, if you don't have it going offensively, when you don't have it going with a scoring punch to where you can add points to the box score, there are many other ways you can affect the game. And I believe he did so. I believe Zach LaVine played exceptionally well last night. It may not show that on the box score, but that's okay. And I feel like that's what the Chicago Bulls need to realize. Whenever the hand is hot, feed that player. And that goes for our coaching staff as well. Billy Donovan needs to get in the mindset of sticking with your hot players. Now, I understand Patrick Williams, when he had it going, Billy Donovan wanted to stagger his minutes to match up with Kevin Durant because that was the primary defender. But at the same time, there are many other games to where you have to question Billy Donovan like, bro, Kobe White got it going. Why are you taking him out right now? Bro, Zach LaVine got it going. Why are you taking him out right now? So, you know what I'm saying? That's what the Chicago Bulls and this organization need to do whenever these players have it going in such a way. You know what I'm saying? And then it's also incumbent on Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan to ensure that when these guys, Nikola Vucevic, Kobe White, whoever it is, Dragic, whoever it is, they continue to feed them and not go grab the Superman cape from off the bench and think that it's time to go mano a mano. That's not sustainable. What was sustainable is noticing that the matchup with Nikola Vucevic, when in the paint, when he got Ben Simmons and Claxton guarding him, you need to exploit that. And they did exactly that for most of the game. Yes, that's the type of basketball that the Bulls need to play. They need to use their IQ. You know what I'm saying? They've been hooping for a very long time. A lot of people question Zach LaVine's IQ and other players' IQ, but I would say last night he had the IQ to play exceptionally well. That's what I would give him. You know what I'm saying? We can always nitpick and say what he did and didn't do. But at the end of the day, what was the result? The result was Ayo Dosunmu and Patrick Williams coming to perform. And I got to give credit to Ayo Dosunmu like I gave Patrick Williams. Ayo Dosunmu had clutch buckets that he could have made in the Cleveland game as well. He missed them. And he came out and responded. And that's the progression you want to see between these young guys. You want to see these young guys progress and move in the right direction. That's pretty much what it comes down to. These guys are still 21 and 22 years old, respectively. Patrick Williams is only 21. He just turned 21 not too long ago. He can go buy some cognac. But at the end of the day, I would say, yes, this Bull team is frustrating as hell. But then sometimes we need to come out where, as much as we criticize these players, we need to give them their praise as well, especially when they're able to bounce back in such a way against a team that was smoking hot. 12 games in a row by the Brooklyn Nets. So we got to show kudos and give kudos when it's due. And then, you know what I'm saying, just giving recognition to the other players. Kobe White has been playing exceptionally well. Gave you 10 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. DJJ was inserted in the game in a small ball type of lineup against the Brooklyn Nets, and he was very effective on the boards, very effective in play, and he had, I believe, played some good defense. He had some good explosive momentum building plays that affected this game. And Dragic, he did what he do, and unfortunately, Alex Caruso, he left the game early. It is what it is. And lastly, Vooch gave you 21 points, 13 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 block. And shout out to Nick Vooch for taking advantage of them small centers that Jock Vaughn and the Brooklyn is going to put on him. You know what I'm saying? At one point, you seen Ben Simmons pull the chair from under Nick Vooch. Funny as hell, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? When he's backing him down. But it is what it is. And the Bulls need to realize, to close, the Bulls need to realize that the only way that they're going to win games and start to go on a win streak, maybe, I'm not saying they're going to go on a 12-game win streak, but if you want to go on a nice little streak against some of the best teams that you have coming up, you have to play team basketball. And when adversity hits you, you have to maintain that poise to play team basketball. A lot of the times when the Chicago Bulls face adversity, they get away from that. There's DeMar DeRozan. He wants to insert himself. He still does that even when most of the time they are playing team basketball. But you know what I'm saying? It's a little bit less than when, you know, the team is forlorn, seem like the wheels are falling off. You know what I'm saying? So they got to realize what they have. And the only way that you're going to get better is to trust these young guys. And these young guys got to be able to come through. If we keeping it a buck, if we want the vets to trust these young guys, the young guys got to execute these plays. And that's just what it really comes down to. So shout out to the Chicago Bulls for what they did last night. We got the 76ers coming up pretty soon. And if they want to finally beat Joel Embiid and prevent him from trolling on Twitter, they going to have to play team basketball and do what the hell they got to do. And that's just what it all comes down to, man. So y'all go ahead and let me know how y'all feeling about everything that happened last night. I know it's a couple comments that talk about, see, Caruso was out of the game. I told you. It's okay, man. And a lot of them I can't even argue with, bro. And that just is what it is. So hit the comments. And before we go, I just want to give a special shout out to our people at USI, United Standard Industry. Hey, if y'all looking for that job, y'all, make sure that y'all go ahead. It's a warehouse position, very competitive. It's a very competitive pay, great benefits, 401k. They got one of those for you. And hey, the warehouse is heated in the winter and AC cool in the summer. So go ahead and hit our people up at Dome at United Standard. Send your resume over there. Let them know that Bobby and C-Dub from the Shy Boys podcast sent you over there. Of course, be professional and see if you get you a J-O-B. Play time out. Bro. And of course, ensure before you go out of here, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And if you want to leave us a text message or a voicemail, hit us up on that number, 773-242-9219. This is another episode of Shy Boys Podcast. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one.
Cognac.